Hi, I'm Roger,
And I'm Doug.
and welcome to another edition of the Spandananda Show. This episode is about homemade vegetable broth. For years I used vegetable broth just like this, out of a carton that I got at the grocery store. And then one day I was looking at the ingredients and I realized I have these ingredients in my fridge all the time. And so I decided that I was going to start making my own vegetable broth. And I was blown away at how easy it is. Like, it's almost as easy as going to the grocery store and buying it. And so there's just a few techniques and tips about making homemade vegetable broth. Alright, so let's get started. So first I just want to say that I throw just about everything into my vegetable broth. Minus a few things. I use scraps from all my cooking and all my juicing. There's just a few things not to add, which I'll go into in a moment. So I wanted to show you what this looks like. I'm going to spread it out here on this pan. This is just some of the things that you can add to your vegetable stock. Right, so onions, onion skins, garlic skins, chunks of garlic. Basically, I have this container sitting next to me when I cook. Greens, like collard greens, anything like you cut off a little bit of kale. From the juice, there's all this pulp, so carrots and beets and celery, the fennel, any kind of herbs are really good for this. Like if you cut off the roots of scallion, it's really good to put in here. You can add radishes, ginger, leeks. I have this written down so I wouldn't forget. Things you don't want to add, and this is somewhat important. You don't want to add broccoli, asparagus, or cabbage, or Brussels sprouts. Those things have like a really strong flavor, and if you make vegetable stock with those vegetables, it's all you will taste. Also, you don't want to add carrot tops. The greens of the carrots are actually mildly toxic, and for some people even more so. It can cause like burning in the throat and just not good for you. So cut off the tops of the carrots and compost them or throw them away. So once I have a nice collection of vegetable scraps, all I do is I simply take it and I put it in a pot. And this is actually kind of a small pot for this many vegetables, but it's the only pot I got right now. And then you're going to add water to it. Now, I never add salt to my vegetable broth. I'm not somebody who likes to use a lot of salt. I don't think it's really all that healthy to have a lot of salt in the diet, so I don't put it into the broth. When I make soup or when I use it to cook with, I will add the salt according to how much I want to add for that specific dish. So you fill up the pot, put a cover on, and turn it to high, and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then you turn it down to low and just simmer it for about 45 minutes to an hour. In 45 minutes, you'll turn the burner off and place it on a cool burner. I usually just crack the lid a little bit and allow it to cool before the next step. So once it's cooled, all that's left is to strain it. So I usually take a large bowl and a strainer and a piece of cheesecloth, and I line the strainer with the cheesecloth. And I simply take the broth and all of its pulp, and I pour it through the strainer. Now this can get kind of messy, and I take it and I start to strain it. Right. Give it a really good squeeze. And the veggie broth is ready. So I usually put it into a glass container. This veggie juice is super powered. It's ultra concentrate actually. And so when I make soups, cook with it with grains or beans, I usually water it down a little bit. Place it in the fridge. It usually lasts about 3 to 5 days in the fridge. You can also drink it like tea. Just warm it up in the morning. It's full of nutrients, full of goodness. Thank you for watching another episode of the Spandananda Show, and see you next week. All right, cheers.
It's very good.
All right, cheers. Cheers! Come on, cheers! Let's drink it.
Drink it down.
Did you want to gulp that down?
I do.